Well, look, it seems to me that this Rishi Sunak plan, this Rwanda bill to stop the boat, is already descending into farce. You've seen reports over the weekend. In actual fact, this only has a 50% chance at best of success. According to the government's official legal advice, the Times have reported over the weekend. And surprise, surprise, it's this issue, once again, at the heart of all of this, significant risk of the European Court blocking flights. The legal advice being that there's a threat of the ECHR granting an interim injunction and blocking flights, as we've already seen. So basically, the Rwanda bill are back to square one. And without leaving the ECHR, really, this is not going to be sorted, in my view. Of course, you've also got Conservative MPs ahead of the vote on this bill, looking to this star chamber of advice of lawyers and the Telegraph reporting that in actual fact, their conclusion is that these plans are not fit for purpose. And we know GB News, Christopher Hope's reporting that Conservative MPs are going to be briefed tomorrow about this with the findings of the Star Chamber, 4 backbench Conservative groups of MPs ahead of that vote on Tuesday. But I think the very fact that the Immigration Minister, of course, Robert Jenrick, resigned and had these damning comments today on the BBC really does say it all.
I couldn't be the minister who was guiding this critical bill through Parliament, recommending it to parliamentarians and to the public, if I felt, as I do, that it is a weak bill that won't work.
The Prime Minister, though, said that your resignation was based on what he described as a fundamental misunderstanding of the situation. Now, do you not understand the plans for Rwanda, or does the Prime Minister not understand the plans for Rwanda?
Well, look, I've immersed myself in this issue more than anyone else in government. In fact, the Prime Minister said just the other day that I was probably the minister who knows more about this topic of any that he's met in Europe. So I think I do understand this issue.
He doesn't. He's wrong to say.
Well, I respect the Prime Minister, of course I do, and our disagreement is on this issue, but it is an absolutely totemic one to the future of the Conservative Party and to the public. And I don't believe this bill will work. I think it will lead to a range of legal claims which will bog down our scheme and will not create the deterrent that he and I set out to achieve. And the test for this is not, can you get 1 or 2 symbolic flights off before the next election with a handful of illegal migrants on them? It's, can you create a strong deterrent that is sustainable and stops the boats and protects the borders of this country for years to come? That's what I want to achieve, and I'm afraid this bill is not it.
And you will not vote for it on Tuesday, therefore?
No, I won't be supporting this bill, but I do think we can fix this, and that's what I want to do now. I care about this policy because I care about border security, and I'm determined that we can persuade the government and colleagues in Parliament that there is a better way.